Alrighty. Here we go. Back in the War Within. Uh, I am leveling my mage. I took a break from the quest line and did a few like weekly type things. I got slightly better gear now. Slightly, somewhat. Um, and I'm wearing my stupid normal cute fire mage outfit here, my Sunreaver tabard, etc. Fellow Malorn. I had Fellow Malorn last time too, but it was the blue version. Okay. Cool. So yeah, I mean we left off with the War Within. Illyria and Jaina and Thrall all ran away. Um, and so they just left Anduin with the dwarves and me, the hero of Azeroth. So we're doing great. We don't need them. And this guy wants me to do something. So what's he say?
What is your query?
He says, I have failed my people. The core way is impassable. Dornagal's lifeline to the ringing deeps has been severed as has the path beyond. The Nerubians will get their comeuppance. It is my edict as it is my will. I will ascertain if the council ward yet functions and bring him to the archive. Speaker Bernth should be there, Titans willing. But Oathsworn citizens are still in peril. If you wish to ally with us, clear the debris here and help our survivors. I'll meet you at the archive.
Fly high. I will check on my people, the Oathsworn, while you clear the rubble. Edicts guide you. Begone, filth of the depths! You hold no claim here.
Edicts, Oathsworn. That all sounds daft to me.
Yeah, so whatever. The Oathsworn are his Earthen, that's one faction of them, I guess. And by the way, I also have my I picked my spec, right? I did Sunfury. That should be a surprise to no one with my stupid my verdant spheres. These are not verdant, these are spellfire spheres, I think is what they're called. And whatever, with my with my white hawk strider and my fellow Malorn weapon, this should be a surprise to no one. But anyways. So yeah. They want us to tidy up a little bit here after the big mess from the War Within. That'll be good. The core way was our link to the rest of Khazalgar. Yeah, I feel like nobody ever really comments in the War Within on how, I mean, it does feel quite unique in a sense. I guess maybe not, because we kind of did, like, a Journey to the Center thing before, probably several times, honestly. Like, I guess even as far back as, like, Cataclysm, there were some zones that were more like that, like, Deepholm or whatever, but Deepholm wasn't technically the center of the earth. It was like the elemental plane of earth, which is different. Just like the Firelands is the elemental plane of fire. Okay. Um, and so I don't know, like, I just think that it's like, whoa. Excuse me. I just think it's quite striking of a decision. I mean, I don't want to say it's quite striking, like, wow. Like, Blizzard has just blown my mind with the decision to have this, like, sort of Journey of the Center of the Earth type location for their expansion. It's just, like, I don't know, nobody ever acts too interested or too, like, impressed by that, I guess. Or, like, I don't know, there's never a moment, like, I guess Dagran might be an ideal guy to be like, oh wow, we're going to the heart of Azeroth or whatever. And maybe there is some of that. It's just like it acts very, like, the way the characters act, it just kind of all seems very normal, in a sense. Even just the discovery of this continent, it's like, oh yep, we kind of figured we would discover some more continents out there. Even though, like, Dagran does make a comment like, oh wow, I read about that on the files from Archmage Drendon or whatever he says. Um But yeah, it's all good.
Moss grow over us. Survivors from the beach?
If they are truly allies, perhaps all is not lost.
I follow the Council's directives.
So he says, "You made it. Good. Is that a memory gem? You should not have disturbed our dead, but you have brought it to the right place."
A memory gem. There will be more to recover, I fear. I speak for the machines.
So she's Speaker Brenth. Yeah, I know about Speaker
May
Brenth,
the
don't worry.
deeps continue to
So she
reign.
says, "The memory gem you recovered is what its name suggests. It contains an earthen's memories, directives, and a hard coding of our edicts. This building, the archive, is the nexus of our civilization. Here, memories are cycled, cataloged, and stored at the end of an earthen's scheduled rotation. With the codex I have invented, we can access one or two memories from a memory gem. Take it and read the memory gem you found."
Conversation terminated.
What is he on?
I serve the Titans unswervingly.
He says, "I'm Merrick's council ward of Dornigal. I appreciate your aid, especially in light of the fraught nature of your arrival. You must forgive Stormward Baelgrim. Being suspicious is part of his directive. A formal discussion of our situation is warranted. If you wish to strike back at the Nerubians as we do, meet us at the Foundation Hall. Baelgrim and I need to review the data so far. In the meantime, you are my guest. Take my ring. It will allow you access to Dornigal's amenities."
I have work to do. Welcome to Dornigal. You are the first Outlander to visit in years.
So happy to see me. Cool. I mean, and this is I think it's kind of silly to criticize at this point it being like them so happy to see me even though I'm an outsider, and I think by nature most like cultures tend to be a
There
little
we go.
suspicious.
Batteries in and
Oh.
supplying power. Let's see what this thing knows. Ugh, blast it all to the nether.
I've skipped
What's
ahead.
the problem, Dagran?
I've skipped ahead. I'm going back.
All these discs are cracked or
Okay,
broken.
shush, 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 shush,
We'll
shush,
need more
shush.
disc fragments if we're to
Shush,
get
shush,
anything
shush,
useful out
shush,
of this
shush,
machine.
shush, shush. I'm strictly doing the stupid campaign quest. I'm not doing the discs. My bad, my bad.
Nerubians everywhere. Look out!
It was Odin. I knew him.
Good old Odin.
His memory will be preserved.
Okay,
Please
great.
deposit his memory gem into the archive's repository.
So, the archive holds every Earthen's memories. Can you view them?
Dagran, this may be a solemn ritual for them.
His query is valid. Yes, but the archive has been inaccessible for thousands of years. The machines must be preserved.
She said, "It is comforting that Odin will be preserved in the archive."
I will ensure your Thank you. Keep the device. You may find use of it if you find more memory gems.
Dagran, this seems like a place you'd be keen to explore. I'll be back for you when I know it's safe.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, basically Dagran is a huge nerd and he's into all of this earthen technology and he's curious about their culture and their memories. And Brinth is like a machine speaker, so she's like a mechanic for the earthen who are like robots. So I guess that makes her like a doctor slash I mean, she's pretty important for all of that, I guess. But yes, whatever. They're both nerds. They're both into like technology and stuff, so they're having fun over there, I'm sure. And okay, gotta talk to some people.
Communication
You
initiated.
want me to ask this guy about professions? Tell me about tailoring. I don't know if I have professions. It would be under here, right? Like, wouldn't there be a professions tab? I must not have any. That's fine. I have fire resistance because I'm a Volpera. I didn't know that. I also have this one, which is not on my bar. Vindicar's Matrix Core, Ward Bands. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, I have this one though. I don't really know what the Remature bag does, but I'm sure it was something that somebody added because of something. I don't think I have professions though. I actually know that I don't because I started off in the
entire isle is under attack. Praise the Titans, you are safe, Mayrand.
Okay.
Still standing.
Oh, you were the Storm Rider that was over there with Belgrim. Okay.
Conversation.
This is
terminated.
your close personal friend, the Flight Master.
We are the Titans' bedrock and foundation. Were it not for the Storm Riders, the city may have fallen. We need the Council's direction.
Yep. Good old Storm Riders. Good old Earthen. Oh, time to set my hearth here, right?
To be reasonable.
Yeah, I do need to set my hearth here. I mean, I can literally... I keep forgetting that I'm a mage. Like, I used to play a Volpera rogue, or I still... I mean, it's not like I would never play my rogue again, but, yeah, my first Volpera that I played was a rogue, so sometimes I think I'm a rogue. But I definitely need to set my hearth here, because I can portal to literally anybody, or anywhere else in the world, pretty much. So I'll introduce myself.
For beds are scarce. We have resorted to using the proscenium as a field hospital.
Wowza.
My directive is to serve you.
It's interesting that he says they use the I would have said proscenium, but whatever, they use their theater as a field hospital because...
So many injured.
Anduin, I was not ready for you to speak. You know, you're not a quest giver right now, you're just to stay and listen, so I feel like you should wait to speak until you're spoken to. Yeah, proscenium. I really prefer proscenium, but, I might say it either way, I guess. The proscenium is used as a location for plays, so, I guess that maybe they clear out the injured by the time they start using it for plays again. I don't really know.
I will help if I can.
Okay, let's listen to what he
Magni.
says.
How are you feeling?
How I look, to be honest. The shine has worn off of me. And of this speaker nonsense.
Nonsense. I thought being the speaker was...
An honor. Aye. Until it wasn't. A song everywhere. And nary a peep for me. And now, dragged to the ends of the earth. And my family, too.
I can't offer you any comfort. I admit that I...
But you're in the same boat, aren't you, lad? But the light seems a fairer master. I doubt it has left you truly, Anduin.
I could say the same of you and Azeroth. I don't think it's you. I think there is much we don't know.
That may be. But if I were you, I'd enjoy my break from being a king and savior of the world. Figure yourself out. Rest.
My relationship with the light is not like yours to Azeroth. But I can see what you mean.
Okay. I do love the stay and listens. Like I love this. I love Anduin. I love Anduin. He's so funny, you know. You know, me and Anduin, we have that Anduin Fox connection going on, even though I'm a Horde, and he's an Alliance. But anyways, okay, let's hear this one. There's another.
For no one these days.
There's another one here.
These earthen. They're a funny lot. odd traditions, superstitions.
What do you mean?
Oh, you know, titans, edicts, Thragar.
Some of them have been calling me Arathi, like the ancient human empire. I wonder how they know of it.
I heard that too. I don't know what to make of it. The Earthen are also an ancient people. They might be just remembering ghosts.
But it seems like the Arathi were here, recently. Why would the Earthen have an inn with proper food and beds if they don't need them?
Do you think the Arathi are here, somewhere in Kazalgar?
I don't see how. But it bears investigating.
Okie dokie. Yeah, I don't really know that much about the Arathi. Okay. Like going into the War Within, I didn't know that much about the Arathi and this whole idea of it being like a an ancient empire or whatever. It's, I mean, now, I mean, not to spoil the War Within, but the Arathi are the cute little half elves, which, like, I guess isn't, I guess they, you know, it's just interesting to be like, oh, the ancient human empire, and it's like, well, they're not really human though, so I don't know. I don't know the history that well.
The answers are here. I can feel it.
What is this?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Roads are forgotten.
Okay.
I'm not about to leave the Isle of Dorne unexplored. I have a reputation to uphold.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I like delves, I guess. I'm not like the biggest delver, but I think that's fun. I think Bran is a fun guy to turn around with, so great. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, okay, I know that there's a battleground from World of Warcraft called Arathi Basin. So it's like that's what you're talking about, right? When you talk about the Arathi, are the guys from the basin, but also they're the cute little half-elf people from Journey to the Center of the Earth. So it's a little confusing.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders. My directive has been fulfilled.
Alrighty, I spoke to all of your people. Look, I could just sit right next to you. I'll sit on the arm of the chairs as to not make you uncomfortable.
You address the Council Ward of Dornogal.
He says Pilgrim's vigilance has kept us safe all these years, but today we need help.
Go where the edicts lead.
He says, I hate to admit it, but we have been caught unprepared by the Nerubians. Our process focused on sustaining Dornogal and our declining population. Stormlord Belgrim's stalwart pride has kept him and the Storm Riders capable fighters. But they are already stretched thin, and they are not builders. The Corway's damage surpasses our ability to fix it. But that was not always so. I suppose if you wish to understand, you must learn more about us.
The eternal Titans sculpt your path.
Sure, tell me about it.
The Titans uplifted 4 wards. The Council Ward, the Storm Ward, the Stone Ward, and the High Speaker. To keep the edicts and build the Corway and its fortress, Dornogal. But the Titans left, and the machines stopped. The Unbound abandoned the edicts, and the High Speaker retreated to the ringing deeps. And now, the machine speakers are cut off from us, and we have no means to fix the Corway. The edicts must be followed.
He says we are fractured in half, and now our purpose is being tested. Titans give us strength.
Then it seems long past time you stood united. We need to find this Edelgon, rebuild ye Corway, and take care of the Nerubians once and for all.
Alrighty, Moira, let's
Are you
get
here to
shit
chat or
done.
work?
With Medá and Anduin weakened and Illyria nowhere to be found, it's up to us, Takakormi. to clear the way for Thrall and Jaina's army if we hope to strike back at the Nerubians and Zalatath. But we canna get to the Nerubians without the Coreway, and we canna repair the Coreway without the Earthen's help. If Merix thinks that Adelgon and her Unbound are the only ones that can fix the Coreway, then we need to find her. Time to sharpen me smile and put on me diplomat hat. Are you with me, Takekormi? Yes.
Mind yourself, champion. If this Edelgon can fix the Coreway, we should seek her out. I'm willing to be a liaison, if ye be willing to speak with her.
You are correct. Stormward, new directive. Take them to Freywold Village.
I will comply. Follow me.
Cool. Cool.
If Merix wasn't Council Ward, I would have never agreed to do this. You do not grasp the magnitude of her betrayal, Outlander. I have no hope for our success.
Well, this should be interesting.
What a downer. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind this quest line. I think it's good to give Moira this job of being like the diplomat for the Earthen. I think that makes sense. Like, she honestly, I mean, I don't know a lot about Moira, but you know, I did like one scenario with her in Mr. Pandaria Remix and on the Alliance, and you know, that's sort of the vibe that she's got, right? I mean, she sort of bridges the gap between different groups. You know, maybe not different factions, but different groups within a faction. I mean, like, you know, when I say faction, you know, faction could just be like the neutral, not specific word faction, but you know, obviously it sort of has a very specific meaning as well within WoW, you know, the two factions. But you know, she like brought the Dark Iron and the Bronzebeards together, right? I mean, I don't necessarily know if that was like a diplomatic thing or purely just a love connection or what, but
Come on, Ebina. Stay with me.
but in Mr. Pandaria, she was also quite like important in like helping like kind of, I want to say, strengthen the connection between the dwarves and the Alliance, because I feel like the rest of the dwarves were like, oh, we have our dwarf issues, we can't go to Pandaria or whatever it was, and she was actually, you know, a boon to Varian, for lack of a better word, and they got along, her and Varian, from what I could tell based off of that one scenario I did in Mr. Pandaria.
I speak for the Unbound, but they have no master.
Ooh, cinematic.
Personal directive. Prioritize the wounded. We cannot fight if... unidentified. Another survivor from the crash?
I'm Moira, of the Dark Iron and Bronzebeard.
Baelgrim.
Stone Ward?
I am not the Stone Ward. You know that.
I know you abandoned your post.
And you abandoned us.
The Coreway was attacked. It must be repaired.
We were attacked too. You should have protected...
I can see there is some history between you. But if you haven't noticed, the Nerubians have you both in their sights. You need each other, age-old drama or not.
Sorry about that. So pretty much pretty much, I think that this is also like a great, I mean, great is maybe a strong word. It's not like I'm like on the edge of my seat with the tensions of the earthen and the dwarves or whatever, but I think just like the basic concept that it's like one of the factions, one of the, groups within the earthen are like the builders, the stone wards, and that they're more of a like a supportive group, right? And then there's the fighters, the storm wards, and like this tension of like the storm ward being like, I keep everybody safe, and your job is to build, and this stupid thing needs to be built or maintained. Maintenance needs to be done on our core way, and you're not doing it, even if that's your job. And her being like, okay, but you didn't keep us safe, and it's like, they both feel like betrayed, or like the other one isn't fulfilling their job or whatever. And I think that makes sense for the earthen as a conflict.
Speak freely and honestly.
She says, it seems I have little choice but to hear you and Belgrim out.
Come back and share your experiences.
She says, the Nerubian attack, your meteoric fall, and now Belgrim is here. Belgrim needs more hands for his coreway, but I couldn't help even if I wanted to. My people are dying as we speak. Some were abducted by the Nerubians during the attack. You're not the first Outlander I've met. A small fellow, like Moira. Okay. You say that as if you say that as if I'm smaller than Moira, or you say that as if I'm bigger than Moira, but whatever, it doesn't matter. A small fellow like Moira. I mean, to me that would be a larger fellow, and to you that would just be, I guess maybe you're a little bit bigger than Moira. Whatever. I'm overanalyzing it. Arrived here earlier and wasted no time following the Nerubians. He took the path west to a nearby cave. I'd be in your debt if you found my people.
Follow what drives.
This is a waste of cycles. I will go to the quarry myself.
Then you'll be the first storm rider it's seen for centuries.
Yeah, that little dig. It's like, whatever, I'll go myself. And she's like, okay. It's like this idea. It's like, okay, you're gonna go now because you because of this, but you never went to like protect us or to defend us or whatever.
Best mind your manners in the presence of a queen. It must have been hard for you to walk away.
Yes, I was the Stone Ward. With the Stonebound, I built all of Dornegal, but I could not remain there. The Stonebound continued to mine and build and maintain. That was our edict. But after thousands of years, the Titans were silent, and yet we still built. My people wanted something more. Many began to drop their tools and leave for the wolds. I argued for them, that we all should be able to choose. But Belgrim was furious, and Merrick's would not defy the Titans either. And so, I joined my people here.
Leaving all you know for what you think is right, that takes some courage.
Or faulty programming. We are free, but we did choose to live unprotected. And now, my people suffer again.
Well, I may be an outlander, but I think you are in the right. And these Oathsworn should be protecting you. Having a different opinion doesn't make you any less earthen.
That is not Belgrim's assessment.
Well, let's hope he'll come around. For now, we can only help ourselves and get your people healed.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm perfectly cool with this conflict. I think there's something about it that feels earthen in the sense that it's like Belgrim being too strict on the rules, and like Adelgon maybe understanding that to some extent. It's like, it's not like she doesn't
Take that, you
get
crawling
it.
creeps! Won't get the best of me.
Oh my goodness, Bran Bronzebeard.
Inquiring minds just got to know.
Okay, I guess this is part of the campaign. Okay, yeah, there's
Let's stock up on supplies before we
some
head in.
earthen that need our help. So these are Adelgon's people, I guess. Okay, I guess you can heal
Alright, let's
me.
do this. Through here.
I'm sure these will all be fine. What level are you? You should be super good because I'm just my first delve and you're like level 29. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, you gotta understand my item level is still like first day of Dragonflight item level, or maybe even Shadowlands item level. Like, which I mean it should be fine because Bran is strong. And I got my hero talents or whatever, so
Glad
hopefully
to
I
see
won't
Adelcon finally sent us
mess it
some
up.
help.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Let's rescue these folks and avoid these webs.
I really need to cast this one. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. I needed to talk to him. Oh, I need to do this. Okay. Delve time. Delves are fun. I don't mind a delve.
Don't step in those webs. Nerubians might pop out if you do.
Sure thing. Okay, Bran, go kill some things. He's like, you literally made me DPS, or rather healing. And I'm like, I know I made you healing, but I'm still gonna need you to kill some things. Wow. I know. I know they will summon Nobubians. Okay, cool. So we will rescue this guy. And this guy. I feel like I didn't learn all of the mechanics because my main character is a demon hunter, so I can just, jump over the things, and it's like, well, you're a mage, you could just blink. Lots of different specs, or classes rather, have ways to get out of those things. That's all true. I just feel like on a demon hunter, it's like most obvious. It's like, very obviously easy to get out of those types of constraints. So yeah, but
I don't have a target.
Okay, we did it. I mean, I didn't think this is that hard. I did a level 1 delve. So yeah, we should be able to get through this. It doesn't seem as hard as killing that stupid giant bug from yesterday. So, yeah, that's cool.
They're behind us. Watch out.
I'm definitely curious about who is going to be in the delves next semester, and by next semester I mean in 11.1. I believe that they're going to change it up. And it's like Bran honestly feels like a pretty safe bet. I don't really know off the top of my head of another character that would feel as sort of safe in this sense as Bran, or in other words, like, whatever. Bran has been in dungeons with us before. He was in some of the dungeons in Northrend, and whatever. He's Bran. He is an adventurer. He feels like the kind of guy that would want to hang out
of here.
in a delve. I just don't feel like most lore characters in WoW would so easily fit into that mold, but I'm sure there's possibilities. Talking about 11.1, Goblin Patch, which is fun. I'm something of a goblin myself. I mean, whatever. Goblin, Volterra, basically the exact same thing. So, yeah, I'm I'm into it. I'm excited to see the goblins. And you know, that's fair. But it actually is super fair, as I have described this expansion as having this gimmick or this like notion of journey to the center of the earth, and I think that was one of um I don't know anything about the Undermine, but you know, I think that you could describe it as like a journey to the center of the earth type location, uh based off of my vague knowledge that it's called Undermine, and you know, that it's part of the War Within campaign. So yeah, I don't know. It's just it's interesting, you know. I've gotten used to doing our quests with Illyria and Anduin and the dwarves, so goblins will be a little bit different. I'm wondering if all of our friends are going to come with us. I don't know. You know, it's something I was wondering is if we are having new people in the delves, what about so I'm assuming there'll be a new zone and there'll be at least like one or two new delves, maybe two or three new delves. I don't really know how many new delves you will get on a patch, but and maybe you will only get your new delve buddy in the new delves, or maybe you can switch between them, or you know, maybe this whole idea of it being anybody other than Bran Bronzebeard is crazy. It's just like, to me, it's not like I'm a Bran fan, and whenever I say that he can pretty easily fit into the delves, it's not even really a compliment. It's just sort of like saying that he's sort of quote unquote basic enough that it doesn't feel out of place for him to be in a delve. But at the same time, that's all good. It's just like, you know, it would have to be somebody that like I said could fill that role of being kind of, you know, boring enough, or like, you know, not having too many hangups,
We'll move ahead. Meet us up above.
in the sense of like somebody that's not too busy with more important things. It's like, I just feel like there's a lot going on, and if your like focus is the delve like Bran, it's kind of like, okay, you know, you're like into finding a bit of gold, and you're into, you know, being a little bit, I don't want to say like of a slacker or anything. Like, it's fine. I mean, I think it works for Bran because he can sort of be like, loads of forgotten knowledge are within our grasp, and that's fair. So whatever, he's not doing anything wrong. It's just like, I don't think Illyria would be
Tell me what
in the
drives
delves because she's too busy trying to kill Xal'atath and stuff.
Let's commit our meeting to memory.
So yeah. And I assume we'll get more Xal'atath stuff eventually, you know, talking about 11-1. It's like,
Another ambush. This must be how they captured
I mean,
the others.
the goblins can kill Xal'atath. That would, whoopsies, that would be kind of awkward, if, you know, Illyria was trying to kill Xal'atath and then the goblins do it. It'd be a little bit awkward, but it would be okay. That would be fine. And, you know, I'm sure she would just be glad that the goblins did it, that Xal'atath died. I'm sure she wouldn't be annoyed by that at all.
New directives. You take out the Nerubians ahead, and we'll follow behind.
Sure thing. Yeah, this still isn't too hard. I'm not flying through it. Like, I'm super glad that I didn't try to do a level 2 or a level 3 delve. Like, that would not have been fun, but it's not too bad. And, you know, we're almost there. I find this last fight kind of fun. If you know the mechanics, it's really not too bad. And, you know, I mean, it's not like I've spent all my free time doing delves on the War Within, but That is just something that I feel is that, you know, once you get used to a certain delve, it becomes fun in the sense that, you know, you just know what mechanics to expect. I suspect that's how people feel about like dungeons and instances in general. It's just because I am like a bit of a baby that doesn't like to do group content. I never got to experience that so much. And so that's why they made delves just for me. Um and yeah, it works out pretty well. I know there's also going to be a follower dungeon that I have to do in this campaign, which is a little unfortunate, I'm not going to lie. I don't know how I feel about sort of having to do those on the campaign. I mean, even in the like max level part of the campaign, there's part where you have to do a delve. And I don't mind it. I think it works pretty well if you are going through the campaign for the first time. And I wonder if they could maybe change things slightly so that it's only required to do the delves or the follower dungeons the first time you do the campaign, and after that it's optional, because I like to do the campaign on every single character I level. And it would just be nice if I could get through it a little bit faster. I mean, that's really all it is you know, not wanting to feel like I kind of have to sink some time into doing some of the aspects that I'm not particularly drawn to. I don't like it's not just a group content thing. I don't really consider myself a delver or a follower dungeon or necessarily. So it's just not my preferred thing. I like doing the quests, you know. I like going through the campaign and stuff. I mean, I say that, you know, but then I'm like, oh, if only I could get through this faster. Oh my goodness, do not ever tell me that I've got to dodge. Also, yeah, I realize I should be interrupting this guy when he's putting on his stupid web shield or whatever, but it's fine. We're gonna take him down. Don't even worry about it. So yeah, I think we're almost done here.
Treasure room is up ahead.
The treasure room is up ahead.
First.
Found a bit of gold.
Okay, I haven't been looking for things at all, but here, I'll pick this one up for you, Brawny. Okay. But yeah, I appreciated it on the first time through that I was sort of made to do the dungeon and the delve because, you know, it's a new expansion. I'm like, okay, I want to try the new mechanics. I kind of appreciated that it forced me into it, because otherwise I probably just... I mean, I don't want to say I never would have bothered to do a delve, because it actually sets it up pretty well to encourage you to do delves throughout the campaign. You know, you'll find many quests to do delves, and they offer a ton of experience. So your first time leveling a character, that's nice, because generally the first time you're leveling a character, you're not going to be rested the whole time because you just really want to get to max level, and generally it's like, you know, it's just slower. I mean, like, literally it's slower now because every character you get to max level gives you like a buff to your XP. So yeah, whatever. It's a relatively slow experience to level that first character, and so you're definitely encouraged to do delves, because I think that's probably one of the fastest ways to level, because pretty much every delve has a quest to do it, and those quests give a ton of experience. This guy isn't usually here, the Queen's Guard. Or at least I'm 99% sure he's not usually here. I mean, I've done this delve many times, most of them not the first time, I guess. So I forgot that this guy showed up. Isn't he? He's the one that I was fighting earlier. If I had known that bastard was in this delve, I never would have walked through those doors in the first place. Okay, should I just turn him into a sheep? Should I try that? See how it goes? Didn't work. Okay. But yeah, I really don't want to fight him here. And I really would prefer it if you would just stand in the middle and let me go wherever I want to go. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Yeah, this is a fun little mechanic on this boss. With the stupid little, thing that flies around. What else can I use on this guy? I really don't know my abilities that well. You know, when you're leveling, you don't need to learn the more powerful abilities because you can just get by with your more, simple rotation or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, why don't I do this one? What does this do? It says something random, doesn't it? That's fun. I'm sure whatever it was really fun. But yeah, it's a fun little thing. I like this mechanic because the reason this mechanic is so satisfying and maybe part of why delves work, period, besides just the idea of learning mechanics, which I get that that's something you could experience in any instance, but you get to experience it for yourself and you get to fail safely on your own. And you do get penalized for failing, but it's very safe and you can do it 4 times and still succeed, right? So like I could 4 times not figure out that this guy is gonna pull a minecart from one of these corners, and then if the 5th time I just learned that mechanic, then I can get the reward and it feels satisfying. And you know, probably if you do it on a level 1, it doesn't even instantly kill you or anything like that, but yeah, then by the time you do the higher level delves, you have to figure out the mechanics, or you're really out of luck. So I found that satisfying because this is definitely one that killed me several times, probably 4 or 5 times before I figured it out. So it just feels good to predictably know how to do it at this point. So yeah. Oh my goodness, you're giving me a belt. My belt. I had to buy a belt on the auction house because it was like level 100. So I have to bring that one to a delve person in Dornigal. Thank goodness for the frickin' belt. Yeah, this was my belt. Okay. Looks great. I actually do like that belt. Okay. So we did it. We did our delve. Delve done. Check mark on the delve. And we can get out of here. Oh, okay. So that was fun. And let's see what happens next. Hey, Bran, long time no see.
You'll find me wherever the action. There's more to explore out there, and you know me, can't resist a good cave.
Yeah, I'm just not sure who else can bring that energy of can't resist a good cave. I really want a dragon, and I feel like dragons are into caves, black dragons, so, you know, just putting that out there.
Keeper's beard! The quarry is overrun with Fungarians!
And whose fault is that? Your edict is to protect the Isle, not just the city, and not just the Oathsworn.
Sawi Adelgawan.
The Unbound welcome all.
Oh, now I'm getting a sword. Okay, I do want the sword. It doesn't really matter because I'm just leveling, but
go where you will.
I feel kind of bad transmogrifying a staff into fellow Malorn. Like, it feels a little bit nasty. It feels a little bit insincere to transmog my staff into fellow Malorn. So I would prefer having a sword, but we'll see. So she says, we stabilized most of the injured, but many of the earthen you saved need more help. Nerubians often fight with corrosive poisons that eats away even our stone bodies. Fungarian flesh has long been used by our healers for its medicinal powers. The Fungarian takeover of the quarry is one unexpected boon to our situation, one we will adapt to. She looks grimly proud. One we will adapt to as the Unbound always do. but I can't leave Ebona's side. Will you help me?
Forge your own path.
Sure, I'll help you, Adelgon.
Do you require aid?
He says, the quarry is overrun with Fungarians, all of the mining tunnels are collapsed, and we do not have time to clear them and rebuild. However, I did spy a good amount of ore on the ground on the way here. It would be a start to repairing the core way, but he sighs and grimly looks at the injured, unbound earthen. I'm needed here. With Adelgon's people. My people. Will you gather the ore in my stead?
May the edicts,
Yes.
Outlander, you gather the ore. Adelgon, how can I help?
That's the first time you've asked that question. But you can start by helping the injured.
Alrighty. Okay, let's go do this one real quick. Gonna go kill some Fungarians. These guys are fun. Fun little design for the War Within. Little mushroom people. Little nasty mushroom people. I don't know how else to describe them. But yeah, you know, I mean, we keep hearing about their conflict, about how, you know, she really wanted him to protect her, which is sweet. I really feel like I was playing my hunter earlier, and I really feel like I need a pet. I know I can get this guy, but he's like my most powerful ability, so I should use him, but also I am instinctively gonna just try to save him. I really feel like I need a pet. After playing my hunter recently. Just because I am but a mage. I am but a mage, just a little mage. And you know, these guys are very mean to me, clearly. But that's okay. I like my mage. I like playing the mage. I like my fire spells, and I don't want to try another spec because I've grown attached to this one. So don't even suggest such a thing. Honestly, if I wanted to do, not to sound like a little bit like weird, but honestly, if I wanted to do another spec, I would probably just start another character because there's more characters that I want to make, you know, like, for example, I mean, I was just thinking with the goblin patch coming out, I should make a goblin. So I could make a goblin mage, and I could make it arcane or frost or whatever. I think frost gets, water elemental, so I'm sure if I was asking for a pet, the obvious thing to do would be to make a frost mage, but, yeah, like I said, I'm already attached to being a fire mage. I'm a Volpera, I have a racial fire resistance, so clearly it was meant to be. I think that that's fun. I think that, you know, having something like that is fun because, like, I don't know, it's fun to go against the expectation, don't get me wrong, like, as I've learned recently, like, blood elves tend to be fire mages, like, pretty much if you come up with any famous blood elf mage, they were probably a fire mage, or at least they acted in certain ways that seem to point to their preferred spec being fire magic. Whether or not, you know, I mean, the thing is that if you're a lore character, if you're like a NPC, you don't have to have one spec. You can do multiple things. You're allowed to do whatever you want. So am I. But I mean, that's true. I am also allowed to do whatever I want. But yeah, so blood elves tend to be fire mages, but if you wanted to make a, which by the way, blood elf mage also on my list of things I should probably do at some point. But if I wanted to do that, oh my gosh, did I just attack the stupid rare over there? Because I don't want to. Okay. Let's go for this guy. Go for the, oh, he's already dead. But yeah, basically, it's fun either way. So it would be fun to have a blood elf fire mage and be like, look, I'm a blood elf fire mage, get it, because I'm a blood elf and they like fire, I guess. And it's also fun to be like, oh, I'm not like other blood elves. I'm into frost or whatever it might be. So yeah, and you know, I guess that's cool that you can pick whatever spec with whatever thing you are. I mean, this new like hero spec. Okay. The new heroes. Okay, this is not going well, is it? There's just a bunch more. There's just so many of them over here. But anyways, the hero spec that I chose, which is Sunfury, um, again, a Blood Elf reference, no big deal. It's clearly, it's Blood Elf themed, that's what I was trying to say. But you can be a Sunfury spec. I see Sunfury spec people all over the place, and none of them are Blood Elves. I mean, I'm not even a Blood Elf technically, but I still get to be Sunfury spec. So yeah, I appreciate the flexibility and all of that. I guess that part of it is also, you know, pretty much anybody can be any class. That's not true. Like there are certain classes that not anybody can be. Like demon hunters, you have to be a an elf, right? Or really either oh my frick. Are you guys fighting the mushrooms or fighting me? Because I have a bunch of stupid AoE spells. And I don't want to kill you guys if you're not attacking me. Okay. Anyways, so this is going well. It's going very well. Bird is like, why do you keep, like, running away and then calling me? Like, I did not expect to have issues with the mushrooms, okay? Well, okay, I'm technically done killing mushrooms, but it's like, oh god, isn't that my little servant that's going over there and fighting those people? I'm just gonna try to ignore that. I really just need to find some of these things to pick up off the ground. I can do more invisibility, probably. Which is fun. Whoa. You know, I've played a rogue before. I don't know, I haven't really messed around with invisibility very much. Can I just, like... No, I can't pick things up while I'm invisible. How long does it last? Okay, yeah, if I try to do that, then it cancels it. Okay, we're just gonna grab what we need really smoothly, really quickly. This is going really well, as you can tell. I am an expert. Oh, mirror image is one that I should use more. Whee! Okay, that's fun. Being a mage is fun. You get lots of cool abilities, but somehow everywhere I go, there's more stupid fucking mushroom people. It's like, could you guys please not have infiltrated every corner of existence for 1 second? Let's see if I can do this one. Okay. I completed my objective. And I am gonna res at the stupid... I didn't die. What are you talking about? I'm a very powerful fire mage, and I didn't die. So I don't know why you would even suggest such a thing. I just quickly came over here with my one spell fire orb to turn in my quests.
I will answer your queries.
She says, please hurry. The Nerubian poison will deal irreversible damage given enough time. If it erodes enough of their frame or seeps into their memory gem, then we may not be able to save them.
Heed the call of the unknown.
She says, you brought back more than I expected. Thank you. Now I will make the poultice.
As you will.
We protect the people of the Isle.
He said, collect as much ore as you can. The coreway is still my priority, but these injured need immediate help.
Be vigilant.
He says, it is not much, but this ore should help stabilize the coreway. With Adelgon's help, we'll be able to reclaim the quarry and its mines and establish a supply line with Dornigal.
We are the bedrock. We are the foundation.
She says, and she has a... Ooh, Ooh, held in offhand so that I can use that sword you gave me. Very hot. She says, the last thing I expected today was to see Baelgrim, much less receive his help. But I guess since the Corway was damaged, she has no choice. I do not know how to compute this. It's only logical to accept it. She begins crushing the Fungarian flesh roughly in her stone hands. It becomes a masticated pulp disturbingly quickly. Here, mix this with mud and apply it to the injured.
This poultice can mend even our stone bodies. Baelgrim, your help is appreciated.
You were right. I have been remiss in fulfilling my edict. Now the Corway lies in ruin. I need your help, Edelgon. Just like you needed mine.
Wow. What a beautiful love story.
Findorn and Tregor brought to the pool.
Of course, this is always funny to me. So whatever, I pick him up and like I really expected it to do one of those effects where it slows you down. You see him all the time when you're like pulling a weed.
Now for Ebona.
But it didn't slow me down at all. I mean, I'm very strong. I'm a very, very brawny mage. So yeah.
She's fading.
My Stormrook can take her to Dornegal. Perhaps the healers there can help.
Baelgrim, thank you.
Alrighty.
Yes, I am the former Stone Lord.
Yes, I'm the former Stone Lord. How sweet. So she appraises Moira Baelgrim, and finally you. I thank you. It's been a long time since I've received help from Outlanders, or the Oathsworn.
As you will.
Uh-oh. I don't remember that cinematic at all. That was funny though. I love my little funny pose that I do whenever I see those stupid flying bugs. She says the Nerubians are attacking the Earthen again. We must follow that swarm. Okay, I fear we are outnumbered, but if the Earthen come together and stand with us, we may have a chance. So
we will survive.
I won't accept this one yet, because there's probably going to be like a cinematic and stuff. I'm just gonna break here. I will probably get my gear repaired and just chill out for a second. Maybe put on these items that I got. I can put those on real quick. Cool. And I'll change it to Fellow Malorn in a minute. But yeah, that was fun. Fun Earthen quests with the Earthen and stuff. And, you know, we're gonna head over to the theater next. That'll be fun. I'm sure there'll be nobody of interest at the theater. Nobody interesting ever goes there. So, yeah. We will do that next time.